Abraham Lincoln is a simple person born on February 12, 1809 in Kentucky. He worked hard as he grew and made sure he had decent education from his industriousness. As he went on, he has achieved his goals and actually succeeded in becoming a highly inspirational individual. Being the 16th President of the United States is never an easy path, but with his principles, he has won the hearts of the people and led them with conviction. Not too many people will dispute that the United States' 16th President is among the greatest of the greatest, the best of the best. Whether for his charisma, oratorical skills, his leadership qualities, or the fact that he was the first president to wear a beard, Lincoln gets plenty of high marks. Abraham Lincoln was a person of profound feeling, just and firm principles, and incorruptible integrity. He was so modest by nature that he was perfectly content to walk behind any person who wished to walk before him. What's even more astounding about this extraordinary president is that there was nothing ordinary about his path to greatness. Lincoln, who grew up in poverty, reportedly only spent the equivalent of 12 months in any type of formal school. Even worse, some of his teachers were poorly educated themselves. He was primarily self-educated and had huge love for books. Mr. Lincoln's personal philosophy was based on reason and respect for the law. Mr. Lincoln believed in laws that imperiously ruled both matter and mind. With him there could be no miracles outside of law. He held that the universe was a grand mystery and a miracle. Nothing to him was lawless, everything being governed by law. There were no accidents in his philosophy. Every event had its cause. The past to him was the cause of the present, and the present including the past will be the cause of the grand future, and all are one, links in the endless chain, stretching from the infinite to the finite. Lincoln had a special reverence for honesty. The great feature in Mr. Lincoln's character was his integrity in the longest sense of that term, his devotion to truth and justice and freedom in every department of human life and under every temptation. He was not only morally honest but intellectually so. He could not reason falsely. If he attempted it, he failed. In politics, he never would try to mislead. Honesty was important value for Lincoln throughout his life. Criticizing a well-to-do political opponent in the 1830s, young Lincoln said, "I would rather die now, than, like the gentleman, change my politics, and simultaneous with the change receive an office worth $3,000 per year, and then have to erect a lightning rod over my house to protect a guilty conscience from an offended God. If you ever feel like you will never taste success because of poverty, then you should brush those thoughts off your mind." It's time you learn from an inspiring personality, the great Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, Lincoln has inspired generations and generations from all walks of life. One of the best legacies of Abraham Lincoln was his fight to end slavery. To this date, populations still learn a lot from his greatness. In fact, here are must-know life lessons that even modern civilizations can learn from him. There are a lot of life lessons we can learn from Abraham Lincoln's stories. But today, we are going to learn some lessons just from his notable quotes. Success is never instant. Through Abraham Lincoln, we learn that life is a process and you need to work to achieve your goals. He said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe." Through his words, he wants people to understand that preparedness is an important thing. Many people of the present generation want to get things in their hands in an instant. As a result, their successes are half-baked, which do not last long. Before you can succeed, you must prepare. When Lincoln was an unknown attorney in the backwoods of Illinois, he was preparing for success. When Lincoln became an Illinois state senator, he was preparing for success, and even when he lost the election for the U.S. Senate twice, he was preparing for success. What are you doing in preparation for success? Lincoln said, "I will prepare and someday my chance will come." If you want to succeed one day, preparations are what you need to do right now. Preparation for success takes time, but along with the right attitude to hustle, the preparation time will be shortened. Abraham Lincoln once said that things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. Of course, it would be good to take a stroll and look into the beauty of the world, but you can't stroll to a goal. You must hustle, you must move quickly in order to gain the momentum necessary to break free from the gravitational pull of the commonplace and to reach success. Do what can be done at the moment and taste your success. You have to be persistent with your goals. The best things in life come to those who hustle. A lot of individuals are so hard on themselves that they even lose their self-esteem. What Abraham Lincoln teaches the populace is to lift their spirits up. No matter how small you are, it is not impossible for you to experience greatness. Lincoln has inspired millions with his words saying that some achieve great success as proof to all that you can achieve it as well. From his words we understand that, if someone else can succeed in the business that you're in, that is proof that you can succeed as well. If someone else can become rich in the state that you're in, that is proof that you may become rich as well. You have all that the greatest of men have had, a mind and a will. Don't make excuses. If someone else can do it, and you also can do it, you may be able to do it faster and better. Never underestimate your abilities. Trust in yourself and work your way up to reach your dreams. One of the most important traits that Lincoln has shown to humanity is his optimism. He always believed in looking at the brighter side of life. He once said that we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because the bushes have roses. This only tells us that life is a choice. You can choose to be happy or choose to be miserable. If you are more inclined to looking for something to complain about, chances are, you are going to meet problems. However, if you choose to look into the brighter side and find more positive opportunities, then you are more likely to succeed. How did Abraham Lincoln stay motivated during the low point of the American Civil War when thousands of Americans were dying every day? He could have easily thrown in the hat by single-handedly calling and end the war. The American public would have supported him. But instead Abraham Lincoln woke up early every morning, put on his top hat, and worked into the wee hours of the night in order to try and preserve the America. At midnight, one would have likely caught a glimpse of a tall figure walking around the White House grounds with his head down. He did business at all hours, rising early in the morning, and retiring late at night, making appointments at very early and very late hours. Abraham Lincoln stayed motivated by touching the suffering of those fighting for the same cause. If you look for something to complain about, you will certainly find it. There's always an opportunity to be offended. Don't take these opportunities, they never lead to anything positive. I'm a slow walker, but I never walk back, spoke Abraham Lincoln. Was the Great Pyramid built in a short time? No. According to the ancient Greek historian, Herodotus, it took 20 years to build the pyramid. If you improve every day, imagine the improvements you could make over the course of 20 years. You could become successful in just about any field in 20 years. You can make a significant impact on the world in 20 years. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Rome was not built in a day. Work to get a little better every day, and in time, you will accomplish your dreams. When we are faced with hardship, we often choose the easiest way, which is giving up. It is easy to quit. It's probably the easiest thing to do, but it won't get you elsewhere. Instead of giving up, we should move forward. Never do anything that will drag your progress backwards. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. It is normal to be slow in your progress as long as you don't stop. Move forward step by step, and one day you will be shocked by how far you have come. Your future is created by what you do today. Start doing what is necessary to achieve your dreams today. As said Abraham Lincoln, the best way to predict your future is to create it. You want to be a healthy person in the future? Start exercising today and eat a healthy diet. It is just that simple. Create your future, don't wait for it. You want to be successful in your career? Stop dreaming, start taking action. Success won't just come and look for you. You have to go out there, work hard, and chase after it. The best way to create your desired future is to do what is necessary right now. What you desire for your future will always come true if you create it yourself. Know that you are the one who is in charge of your future. No matter who you are, always strive to be a kind person. Be a noble, not a taker. Be strong. Be kind. Be great. As said Abraham Lincoln, whatever you are, be a good one. Helping others will lead you towards success. In the process of helping others, you will be learning yourself. You will become better in that field, and more importantly, you will build up positive relationships with others. Have you ever felt bad after helping people? Of course not. If you help people genuinely, it will make you feel better while also boosting your self-esteem. Scientific studies have proven that helping others leads to a higher level of happiness in a person. Never request anything in return when you help others, instead tell them to pay it forward to some other person who needs help. Never give up. Remember that there was once a self-educated man from a poor family in Kentucky who had high hopes for making a positive mark on the world with his life. He tried to join the legislature at Illinois, but was denied. He started a business, it failed, and he spent 17 years paying up the debts of a worthless partner. He got engaged to a beautiful woman, but tragically she died before they married. He ran for Congress and was badly defeated. He tried to get an appointment to the U.S. Land Office, but failed. He ran for the U.S. Senate, but was defeated yet again, twice in fact. Yet, after such a prolonged run of knockbacks, he refused to give in and continued to passionately pursue his hopes and dreams. He later became one of the most famous people in history, due to his eventual successes. This man was Abraham Lincoln. As the 16th President of the United States, he successfully led his country through a great constitutional, military and moral crisis, the American Civil War. He, whilst ending slavery and promoting economic modernization, helping to lay the foundations of a nation that is now a world superpower. He once said, "My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure." In other words, get over the knockbacks, get over the temptation to give up when the going gets tough, and keep pressing on until you get where you want to be. Failure is inevitable, necessary even on the path to greatness. Abraham Lincoln knew that the important thing is that you care enough to try again. Most of the most successful businessmen had at least one failed startup before they became millionaires and billionaires. They stuck through the hard times, and you should too. Don't let your failures drag you down or keep you down, because your next success is right around the corner. These people didn't throw in the towel or decide they'd had enough when they had experienced a number of setbacks. They kept on believing they could achieve better, they persevered, and they did lift their level of achievement. Remember these stories the next time you suffer a setback and are tempted to give up. It can look at times as if you are never going to achieve your goals and dreams. If you give up, you certainly will not achieve anything. If you have the courage to keep going, keep motivated and persevere, despite your setbacks, then there is still hope and the possibility that one day, you will know the sweet feeling of having raised your level of achievement, improved your quality of life, and achieved the very thing you set out to achieve.